Okay, hi guys. Today is 12 days DPO. And if you watched the previous video, like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm going to post these and do a whole little journey, but I want to have the videos for myself. But if I'm led to, then I will share this via public so that others who are in my situation will have something to go by. And I'm just going to give a disclaimer. I have acne on one side of my face, so I am right-handed. I'd rather be selfie videoing, vlogging from this side because I'm right-handed. But I don't want anyone to see this side because I'm just not used to this. I'm not vain or anything. I'm just not used to a face full of acne. So this side is not so bad. It's actually gotten worse here in the last couple days. So this could be a pregnancy symptom after all. But anyways, I was taking antibiotics for my acne, but once I told my doctor I was trying to conceive, and it was working, and she said, well, you can't take that anymore. Let me think about some topical things you can take. Although we had already discussed that my acne was due to hormones. So I can either take birth control or antibiotics. Of course, I don't want to take birth control because I was TTCing. I'm TTCing. And then I don't want to take antibiotics every day. But, I was taking them because it was working. But anyways, so I just wanted to share that because people that, once you hit your 30s, ladies, stuff happens. Your hormones change and it could cause acne. This happened before I was pregnant, and now it could be that I may have acne during this pregnancy because of that, but I don't know. I didn't have acne with my son in my 20s, my first pregnancy, and I didn't have acne while I was in college. The last time I had acne was in high school, and it was just an occasional pimp here or there or something, pimple here or there. But anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. That's not what this is about. I am officially 12 days DPO. I ovulated on the 5th. Today is the 17th. Okay, I showed my ovulation strips that proved that I ovulated on the 5th. And I'm one of those people that your egg can last anywhere from what I've been told. Some say 12 to 24 and some say 24 to 48 hours. Mine, I believe, is a 48 hour because I had a positive OPK on the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And so I could ovulate any one of those days. And we BD'd before the 5th, not on the 6th, and we BD'd on the 7th. So hopefully we caught it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this live pregnancy test, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my symptoms while it's going. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be using first morning urine. Okay, because this first morning urine has sat a little bit. So I don't know how strong it is, really. Okay. Alright guys, I think I just used way too much. I can't really see. Let me use my eyes this time. Sorry, I know you guys don't want to see the urine. Sorry, I was trying not to get that in a video. Alright, this is second morning urine. Let me look over here. Okay, the test says to use 3 drops. I like to use 5 for safe measure. It doesn't hurt it. I've done it before. No biggie. So, you see those are running. This first one over here, I have just drenched it. Poor thing. But anyways, I'm using these cheapy Walmart thingies tests because in the past I used these and First Response, and they're kind of expensive. And that was a chemical pregnancy. Yes, I'm glad that I knew about it, but you know, I spent all that money and it didn't result in a positive pregnancy. Well, I guess it did. But anyways, I just said I was going to try, you know, who knows, I could have another one of those. Hopefully that's not the case, you know, the Lord's will. But I wanted it to be just a little bit smarter, economically smarter. I ordered the OPKs, the Wanfo OPKs, and they come with just a few pregnancy tests. And you see that here, that I had negatives on those, which those were 7, 11, 10, 11, 12, and 11, 13. See if you can see that. And those were stark negative. And of course, you know, you shouldn't really be testing at 7 and 8. I know very few people, especially YouTubers, have gotten the 8 DPO, but the earliest you should really test is 10, but you just may not get anything. 12 is okay. 14 is the ideal. But, you know, us ladies, as TT series, we torture ourselves. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Hold on. Something I'm going to show you TTCers here soon. Fell on the floor. So anyways, guys, I tested yesterday and I had a stark white negative, okay? Yesterday and the day before. This is 10 DPO. Stark white negative. You can go back and watch that video. But if you look here, there was a smudge that showed up. You know, I know you're supposed to look at them. They're not really valid after like the 5-minute window. But this, you know, of course, I'm keeping mine because I'm tracking my progression line. And, you know, I'm TTC, and that's what we do. We dissect them and study them. That's what we do. So anyways, if you can look here, you will see on the 10 and the 11 DPO smudges that come across, right? So I'm going to show you this. Well, not the 10 DPO had a smudge. Okay. And then the 11 DPO, let's see. Can you see? I'm going to try to zoom in without it. I meant to turn the flash on. I don't know if it's too late, guys, to turn the flash on. I don't know. And I just hit some button on this phone. And there we go. Okay. So sorry about the lighting, but if I had more lighting, then you would be able to see that there is a faint line. There's actually a faint line on both of these, but this one looks more like a gray evap line or something. This one has a little bit more color to it. So those appeared, kind of made me nervous. And I was like, oh gosh, so I can't wait to test the next day. So, yep. Oh wow, that's great. Now look at 11 DPO. You can really see that line if you look close enough. Okay? Alright, so anyways, a lot of people won't use first signal because they're like evap lines and they don't, you know, they don't like them. But hey, us people that are on the budget and us TTCers, you know how expensive it can get. We do what we gotta do. 88 cents, you can't beat that. You can buy 5 or 6 and test every day if you want. So anyways, my symptoms, I've talked about them in a previous video, but let me just go over them really quick while we're still waiting. I'm going to take this and cover it because I don't want to see it while I'm talking to you guys. My symptoms have included, started off with raised body temperature. Like I felt really warm and tingly down there. And then the second thing was cramping. Some people call it implantation cramping, but you really don't implant till like 5 to 12 days after you ovulate. So I guess it was more like the egg fertilizing cramping. It feels like ovulation cramping, but I guess it was the egg fertilizing because it really doesn't. I had that cramping right away and it just never went away, and it's not ongoing. It comes and it goes. It's not uncomfortable, but it's very noticeable. It feels like twinging, pulling. It's very different from menstrual cramps. If you had them, you know what I'm talking about. It's very different. So a lot of people get those, and that's their first sign of pregnancy, and I got that. Okay, I also had increased saliva. Woke up one morning. This is probably like, what, 5 days DPO this happened? My mouth was awful, guys. It was so watery that all I could do was just gag. Okay, now with my last pregnancy, I never had morning sickness. I had like evening sickness, and I had to eat every 2 to 3 hours to keep from getting nauseous. But I never truly woke up and was like, well, let me go throw up. So I'm like, uh-oh, if this is going to be how this pregnancy would go, this could be the opposite sex for me. Or it could just be meaning this pregnancy is different. But I already have a son. I didn't have that morning sickness right away. But I would say that increased saliva when I woke up and just the urge to go throw up even though there's nothing there, that was, I guess, morning sickness, nausea. But the increased saliva, it's happening as I'm talking to you. No bad taste, no metallic taste, or nothing that's strong. If there is one, it's not very noticeable. But anyways, when I went to throw up, it was, of course, nothing in there. It was just spit. So it was like spitting up saliva. Sorry, this is TMI, but I'm trying to let TTC knowers, what's going on. TTCers know what's going on. So increased saliva. Another symptom was hot flashes, kind of like, especially at nighttime. I'm just lying there. I guess your legs are crossed or closed, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm so hot. The next symptom was I was extremely aroused. That private area was tingling, I guess because of the increased blood flow, things moving around in there. I was like, this is uncontrollable. I can't deal with this. And I have like an average libido, so does my husband, so we go pretty well together. But most of the time, our BDing is planned just because my husband works, I work, take care of a child. It's planned. So when that happens, we're like, whoa, I really want to, get down to BDing because I'm feeling extra, aroused. That was different, very different. So that to me was a true sign, extreme horniness, if you want to call it that, or arousal, increased sex drive, or increased libido, whatever you want to call it. That was another sign for me. Drowsiness. I was so sleepy, like, oh my gosh, I just want to get a nap, you know. And I never really, you know, I just felt like I could sleep and then I'd still be tired. That type of thing. Felt like you were getting the cold, but you weren't really coming down with anything, but it feels like you're about to come down with something. With that, one day I had really bad muscle weakness. I didn't like that because I like to move around. My house is 2 stories, so I'm moving around, and I'm like, gosh, my muscles are so weak, you know. So I didn't like that. I took my temperature increased, which it does that with ovulation, but it hadn't went back down. Just hot flashes, no cravings, really. I've been like wanting coffee and donuts, and I don't do that all the time. I've been wanting that more often, so it could be a little bit of cravings for sweet stuff, not sure. Let's see, I've been seeing a lot of pregnant women, and I've been having very vivid dreams about stuff. Not pregnancy, but just my dreams are like so real. Seeing pregnant women, maybe that's the universe's way of telling me, hey, you're pregnant, you know. The CM has never went away. You get it once you're ovulating, that little gooey stickiness. Once you're pregnant, a lot of people say they get the school glue kind, where it's just white and stringy. It looks like snot. If you want to see it, I have it. If it hasn't dried up. Okay, it's dried up. It's not going to gross you out because it looks like snot. I don't guess anybody can really, you can really see that. But it will look, it could be white or it could have a little yellowish tint to it. That's normal. It looks like snot. If you just look down there, ladies, and you see something hanging, yeah, that CM. It's good CM, that's what they say, you know. But that's a very good sign. So anyways, when I got my negatives on 10, 11 day DPO, I was like, whatever, because I know I'm pregnant. I just probably haven't implanted. Implantation can take 5 to 12 days. 10 or 11 days DPO, there's still time. There's no implantation. It can take 5 to 12 days for implantation, and then another 2 days for the HCG levels to start going through your hormones. So that's why they tell you, just don't test until 12 or 14 days DPO. You know, the day you miss your period or the day before you miss your period. There you go. But anyways, us TTCers, you know, we go through. So I'm making this video and talking to you guys instead of just documenting it for me, because I want people to know, like, stop killing yourself and testing before 12 and 13 and 14 DPO, because you're going to get negatives and you're having symptoms and you're going to just be like, oh, these symptoms don't mean anything. You're going to stress yourself out even more, and you shouldn't be stressing during this time. So anyways, I think I said all my symptoms. Increased saliva, nausea, drowsiness, like you're coming out with the flu, like you're drowsy and you're droggy, like, oh, you just can't shake it. Hot flashes, raised temperature, increased urination. Gosh, I can't hold it. Trying to hold it, I can't. I'm waking up at night. This didn't happen the last time. Increased urination happened in the 3rd trimester, but I'm waking up at night like I gotta go to the bathroom, so I can't hold it. And it could be because I've already had a baby, and the second go around, your bladder's already been pushed upon, and so yeah, I can't hold it anymore. That's pretty bad. So increased urination, definitely a sign. Definitely a sign, guys. So anyway, I think this video is getting way long. Let me look at the time. Yeah, so we want to keep it under 16 minutes. So let's go ahead and look at the results. See if we can see something. Oh, look at my reaction. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Look, guys. Look. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have lines. There they are. I sound like I'm talking to my 2-year-old, but I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. 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 Okay, guys. I see a definitely good line with the second morning urine. Now, this first morning urine that I talked about, like I said, I can't hold it at night. I guess because of the pressure. But I just went right before this video, and it was second morning urine. And remember I said I'm drinking that coffee. So I had drank coffee, and I had also drank some caffeine. So very little water. So the second morning urine actually showed up better than the first morning urine. I don't know if you guys can see me. I hope this video is turning out well. But here we go. I'm going to put it against white paper so you guys can see. If I would have known this, I would have really made sure that the lighting was good in here. Can you see? You can see it definitely with this second one right here, this 12 DPO second morning urine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these up, and I'm going to put the 11 and the 10 so you can see the progression. And then I have a positive pregnancy test from when I had my son 3 years ago. I know that's really gross, but I was so proud. And I'm going to just show you what one looks like right before you have. So can y'all see that progression? Do you see the smudges? Those smudges that show up later that didn't show up at first? Like, guys, those didn't show up till, like, I promise you, like, hours later. But these showing up right away, oh my God, I just knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Okay, let me show you what a positive pregnancy test looks like. This is when I had my son, day before missed period. Yeah, that's what they look like on here. They never really even get that dark. So when you're using these first signal, don't get discouraged when you see these smudges like this, because that is a very faint positive, because they don't look pink, they look purple. And so very light purple is gray. And I know we've been told that gray is an evap line. See, let me show you this. My crazy TTCers that are 10 or, well, not crazy, but you know, persistent, that are doing the 10 and 11. I want you to see. Now look at a good positive, and now look at that 11 DPO, and you're going to be able to see that gray line that I'm talking about. You see it? Is the camera focusing? There we go. You see that gray line? Look at the positive one next to that one, and then you can start to see what a faint positive looks like on these tests. So that is a true faint positive. It is. You see it? Right in there. So anyways, yep, I'm so excited. I knew I was, and that's what I was telling you guys. Don't doubt yourself, ladies. You get cramping down there, and your second go around especially, you feel like you did when you were pregnant. You could just feel everything down there. And then even your cervix, you can feel your cervix. You don't feel it when you're not pregnant. I can feel my cervix. Like, I'm like, it feels different on the inside. You can feel it. That is a sign of pregnancy, because your cervix is supposed to be shifting once you get pregnant. I don't remember all the science, anterior, posterior, but if you feel like, oh, it feels uncomfortable on the inside, that's your cervix repositioning itself. So you see all that gooiness, and you know you don't have a yeast infection or a bladder infection, and you're like, I'm just so there's extra secretions down there, and I'm changing panty liners, and I'm just so like, what's going on? I always want to wipe myself. That is a sign. So anyways, this now is a long video, and I'm sorry, but I'm really talking to my TTCers because I know how you feel. And I want all you to keep at it, because guys, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you're still in your 30s, keep trying. You don't want to get to your 40s, you know, even you 20-year-olds, but if you just keep trying, you don't want to miss your window, because my little boy, he's so precious, and I just love everything about it. Love motherhood, and I think every person should get to experience at least once, if not twice, as many times as God allows you. So I'm gonna be praying tonight that this pregnancy is a good pregnancy, and I know it'll be a good pregnancy.